Okay, here we go. So the theme of our meeting tonight is a boring theme. It's called opportunity. So obviously I'm kidding. That's not boring. That's very exciting. So the whole theme of what we're going to talk to you tonight is about opportunity, more than one. When you think about it, your health is, if you got an opportunity to make things better when it comes to your health, I think I'd call it a good opportunity, wouldn't you? And if you have an opportunity to be able to make a little extra money in the crazy economy that we're in right now, that's like a double whammy opportunity. And so that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So to begin with, I'm going to share my screen with you all so we can get this thing rolling. Those of you that don't know, the name of our company is LoveBiome, and we are known as the Microbiome Company. If you're anything like me, when I first saw this, I had no clue what a microbiome is. Matter of fact, I was so bad, I thought the word was microbiome, and it's not, it's microbiome. So we're going to talk about what that's about, how it affects you, whether you like it or not. You don't have any, well, you do have control over it, but you don't have a choice that it's not involved in your life. It's critical to life, sustaining life, a healthy life, happy life is all attached to these microbiomes that you're going to learn about tonight. And so our company is at the forefront of the era of the microbiome. And so just like there's been other eras in the past you're going to learn about tonight, you'll see why LoveBiome has positioned ourselves at the forefront of the exciting things that are happening around the world today because of the science behind microbiomes. So I'm going to start off with showing you a video that'll take you through a lot of this, help you understand it. And it, again, remember the theme is opportunity. And opportunities are something that are never missed. They're just passed on to someone else. So be thinking about that as you watch this video.
Understanding opportunity is pretty simple. It's a matter of trends. Innovators and successful entrepreneurs understand that there is always opportunity. Consumer trends, demands, and knowledge create opportunity constantly.
Let me make sure the sound is on. I don't think I did that. Okay, we'll go again.
Looking into the future is not that hard either, if you focus. For instance, let's look at the massive health, nutrition, and wellness industries. These industries show us that consumer demand is higher than ever for innovative products that will improve health and lifestyle. Finding opportunities is a matter of knowing the past, seeing the present, and understanding where the momentum is leading in the future. Health and wellness have been driven for a century by eras of innovation and discovery, cutting-edge ideas that came at the perfect times to capture consumer attention. In the 1950s and 60s, for instance, the idea of encapsulated herbs, vitamins, minerals, and nutritional supplements exploded and created massive new businesses. Each decade since has essentially been a new era of discovery, innovation, and opportunity. The idea of protein-based weight management drove opportunity in the 1970s and 1980s. And the 1990s and 2000s were driven by the discovery of superfruits and super plants. From era to era, discovery and innovation led to opportunity in a very defined pattern, each era leading to the next naturally. Astute observers know that consumer demand follows innovation and creates massive opportunity. That fact was true yesterday, it remains true today, and it will be true tomorrow. With that in mind, the following is an introduction to a new company that is on the leading edge of the newest era of health innovation. The company is called LoveBiome. The first word, love, you know. The second word, biome, is a word you may not be familiar with yet. A biome is a community of organisms. A microbiome is a community of microscopic organisms, or microbes. You'll soon realize the health message most critical to you is the call to care for your microbiomes. LoveBiome is the microbiome company. It was founded by Kelly Olson, Sean Whitney, and Cody Day, who were then joined by 6 other co-founders. Each founder and co-founder of LoveBiome shares a 20-plus year genealogy of success. Together, the 9 LoveBiome partners have well over 250 years experience in cottage entrepreneurism, with 180 of those years working together. The founders and co-founders of LoveBiome have a proven track record of creating success. They all come from the shared experience of building one of the most successful and innovative companies in the industry's history. The LoveBiome team was the significant driver of the growth and success of Tahitian Noni. This is where they gained their passion for the miracle of pure organic botanicals. Their love of Noni fuels their passion for botanical discovery that continues today. The unexpected sale of the company they were building together brought that experience to an abrupt halt. After over 20 years together building one of the most successful direct selling companies ever, they were left to decide what their future looked like.
It was a very powerful feeling of having unfinished business. We'd positioned that company for a tremendous run, but our plans died with the sale. We knew we had greater contributions we could make to this industry. We just had to dig deep to see what was inside of us.
I felt for sure the best ideas were waiting for us. Morinda was a time for us to discover the possibilities of a well-run company with a great vision. We felt deeply that Morinda was the prelude to something even greater.
There really was an empty feeling that we needed to satisfy. We felt our best work was ahead of us.
Kelly, Sean, and Cody formed a company called Global Organics Merchants. This would be the precursor to LoveBiome. In the early days, their only purpose was to discover plants. They used their time to discover and evaluate plants from around the world in every geography, from the local organic farm to the islands of the Pacific to the slopes of the Himalayas and spice markets of the Middle East. Simply stated, there was one idea that drove their passion from the beginning. Plant life gives life. As their discoveries of plants captivated them, something else was happening. They were looking for a single, focused idea that could be the theme for their discoveries. One thing. They simply wanted to answer this critical question. Is there one thing that we can focus on every day to reach optimal health? In 2022, they launched LoveBiome. They built this company to bring together their 2 passions. Plant life gives life, and the power of one thing. At LoveBiome, they envisioned the potential and importance of microbiome health. The human gut microbiome contains over 100 trillion cells. Its mass is roughly the same as the human brain. 90% of our DNA and over 3.3 million unique genes are contained in this biotic community. Truth is, we are more bacteria than human. In their research, the LoveBiome team discovered more and more scientists were labeling the human microbiome the center of health. Of all the concepts they encountered, this idea stuck the most. If the human microbiome is the center of health, this surely is the one thing they had been searching for. Changes in the gut microbiome, they found, have a direct impact on every cell and physiological system in the body. Kelly, Sean, and Cody were inspired to learn that there is a direct connection between the human brain and the human gut microbiome. This gut-brain connection offers huge and important information about mental health issues such as sleep, mood, depression, memory, and comprehension. The message gets even bigger as we learn that the skin is also part of this health axis in the body. The gut-brain-skin axis teaches us that there is a direct link between the 2 largest microbiomes in the body, the gut microbiome and the skin microbiome. Microbiome health is human health, comprehensive health. It is about good versus bad, good, life-giving and protecting bacteria versus bad, harmful and destructive bacteria. The application of this knowledge has enormous impact on issues of human health, such as the following: weight loss, sleep, mood, memory, depression and comprehension, energy, athletic training and performance, immunity, healthy aging, and more. The era of the microbiome has created an explosion of scientific research and discovery. The idea of the microbiome as the center of health in the body has been validated again and again by research. Today, microbiome health remains relatively unknown to consumers, even though governments, companies, researchers, and universities share a profound interest in microbiome health. But it won't remain hidden for long. Interest is growing exponentially, and within 5 years, microbiome health will be among the most important nutritional health topics discussed online and reported in all media. Microbiome health will become the most critical influence in health, nutrition, recovery, prevention, and even beauty. The size of the microbiome health market is slated to reach nearly $90 billion by the end of this decade. LoveBiome is dedicated to the care and keeping of your amazing microbiomes. Its products are plant-based solutions designed to do 3 things. First, help populate each microbiome with a rich and diverse array of friendly bacteria. Second, feed that bacteria to achieve optimal health results. Third, detoxify the body and skin using the power of nature. The LoveBiome team called on their passion for plants to accomplish this, remembering always their creed: plant life gives life. Over 400 unique, globally sourced botanicals were examined for their benefits and synergy. This examination led to the final selection of over 90 unique ingredients for the LoveBiome Daily 3 system. The same process was used in the design and development of Postbiotic Body Souffle. Each ingredient in every LoveBiome product was carefully scrutinized and chosen to help create the very best environments for the body's microbiomes. LoveBiome's formulas employ prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics. Additionally, LoveBiome products focus on polyphenol-rich botanicals, fermented foods, nutrient-dense fruit and vegetable blends, digestive enzymes, and more. LoveBiome's botanical reach is global, all to answer one simple question: is there one thing I can do every day to reach optimal health? The answer is yes. LoveBiome is the answer. This is the brand. This is the brand that will dominate the category and create deep customer loyalty. Welcome to the era of the microbiome.
Pretty interesting stuff, is it not? Well, that's the video that the company's put together for us. So I also wanted to include, because some people feel, well, you know, that company's saying it's biased information. And I understand why you might feel that way. But where'd they get that information? Well, this will give you an idea. These are some doctors and scientists that you can find on the internet. Matter of fact, this doctor here is on PBS quite often, talking about the microbiomes. So this is just, I just took some segments of a few different doctors and scientists so that you could get a little idea of what's being said out there. And it's important, I feel, because when I first started learning this, it was just very hard to me to believe. It was hard to absorb. And so I really became a student online of trying to find out all I could find out about microbiomes. As a matter of fact, after this, I'll take a few minutes to tell you my own personal story.
We are in the era of the microbiome now, and we are really at its infancy, even though for functional medicine we've been doing this for 30 years. And effectively, we kind of didn't know all the reasons why everything was working, and now we're learning and growing about it. And it's just an extraordinary time.
The critical nature of the microbiome. If there's one organ that's most important, it's the microbiome.
We really are in the area of research where the microbiome is really hitting all fields. So the microbiome health is impacting cardiology, neurology, immunology, endocrinology, that they're finding your gut microbiome can impact all these different disease processes. Now, they're still trying to figure out how, but they do know that the more diverse your gut is, that the more protective effects you have through all these different diseases.
For me, our body is not belonging to us. I think our body is belonging to our microbiota. So the question is why we have this huge amount of bacteria? Because they play more strategic role than before.
So when you're looking at longevity, you're looking at vitality, and I want my body to be more engaged and alive. What we teach the Institute for Functional Medicine all the time, you also need to include an evaluation of the microbiome, the bacteria of your gut. This is the organ that controls everything, your microbiome.
Certain concepts are actually blowing up our ideas of what's true. You know, our current theory of disease doesn't match the facts. The microbiome is the greatest example, where we now know that gut flora can be causing cancer. It can cause, and at Cleveland Clinic we have, Kara Sang, who's researching the microbiome in breast cancer. We have Stan Hazen, who's looking at the microbiome in heart disease. We have understandings that may be related to dementia or depression or autism or autoimmune disease or obesity or diabetes. And how do we even frame that, right? You don't go to the rheumatologist with rheumatoid arthritis and they go, well, let me look at your stool test and your microbiome, right? That's not happening yet. It will, and we will get there. And the convergence of some major trends is going to transform medicine and health. I mean, the gut is at the center of our health. I mean, this has been known for thousands of years by ancient healing traditions, and we're just discovering now. We thought, your poop was just your poop, but now we're understanding that, there are more molecules from microbes in your gut, in your bloodstream, than your own human molecules. So you are literally, far more than just yourself.
The gut is one of the most important part of our body, and it plays a significant role in the immune function. The main reason is one of the most important cells of the immune system, which regulates the immune system, are in the epithelial tissue. I'm sure you know, or many people know, that the 70% of the immune system is in the gut, actually. And so therefore, the communication of the immune system, or cells involved in the immune system, with the environment of the gut, meaning the microbiome and food, is playing a significant role in our overall health.
So you can see this isn't just empty wishes and dreams we're talking about. This is all backed by science. Now, an interesting thing occurred. A few of us were down in Orlando, Florida, a week or so ago at a training conference we had down there. And this PhD doctor there is a microbiologist. It was kind of interesting because Cody Day, one of the three founders of our company, and this doctor went to college together, but they hadn't seen each other in years. And they met out in town somewhere and just, happenstance ran into each other. And so they were asking each other what they do. And so Zach asked Cody, so what are you doing these days? Well, I'm part owner in this company called Love Biome. We've come across and designed a product through our research that helps the microbiome. And he's like, what? I'm at Brigham Young University as a professor, and that's what I study, is the microbiome. So like, what? What a coincidence, right? And so they kind of got together, and Cody showed him the ingredients of what we're using in our products, and he was blown away. He's like, you guys don't even know what you've done. This is exciting. I wouldn't have made these products any different if I had made them myself. So it's just exciting times because we're at the forefront of all this, and where this can go because of the microbiomes being the center of health, it's really endless. The size of a company and the size of opportunity that lies ahead for me and you, because we're here first, just like we were with these founders were with the Tish and Noni company. we were the first to have a superfruit and bring it to the world. Now, the difference is today, now the owners of the company are the guys that helped build that company, and it isn't going to get sold out from under them because they're the ones that own it. So learning this has impressed me a lot, and let me tell you why. I actually died on April 6th of 2021 at the Louisville airport, and I was dead for 6 minutes. I had 2 arteries that were completely blocked. Have not been a strong proponent of my health, but obviously once that happened, I knew I better start doing something. And even a little before that, I was doing a lot of supplementation because I don't exercise properly. I don't eat properly. I'm better now, and I'll talk about that in a second. But I was spending about $250 a month on Amazon for subscriptions for all these various things. And then now I've subsequently learned that they don't really make it. Most of them don't even make it past your stomach because of the acids in your stomach. And, you know, probiotics, everybody's heard of those. But when you take it in a pill or capsule form, it has to have prebiotics in order for these bacteria to live. So again, research it. It's very easy to research. If you have a search engine on your phone or your computer, I don't care which one it is, Yahoo, Google, Safari, whatever it is, you can access all this information about the gut microbiome. So what had happened is after I died, and I'm very thankful that there was a VA emergency room doctor on my flight, and he's the one that saved my life. And so it's a situation where that got my attention pretty good. I mean, I was 280 pounds, and I knew that had to go. I've been an insulin-dependent diabetic for about, I don't even know exactly, between 15 and 20 years. And a heart patient, I actually had 2 stents put in my heart. I had a heart attack back in 2008. This was 2021, had 5 stents put in because this one. So I now have 7 stents in me. And just, you know, I don't know how to put it. I was freaking out. What am I going to do here? This is, you know, it's a situation you're going to hear that saying later on. You know, you can either take the time for wellness now, or you're going to be forced to take time for your illness later. And that's just something everybody on this call, and it doesn't matter how old you are. You know, think of these athletes we're hearing about, 23, 24 years old, that are having heart problems and stuff. Well, when you study those heart issues and that, it's affected by the gut. So I ended up, I started on a low carb diet to start losing weight before I learned anything about LoveBiome. And I just want to be completely, you know, upfront about that. Then I went to the doctor. Now this was before LoveBiome, because I started the product actually on the end of January of 2022. So you can see this was November. This is from my doctor's office. And this was my status of what was going on in my body at that point. You'll notice that this is an enzyme that's attached to the liver. And it was 1,379, whatever ULs are. And it was supposed to be between 12 and 64. So a little off, needless to say, a little off. So the doctors were a little freaked out over this. Now here's some of my other enzymes, all of them out of whack, all of them. So now they're doing MRIs, and they're not saying the big C word to me, but I kind of got a vibe that they were fearful of that. And so I started getting emails and seeing Facebook posts from these guys that formed this company, because I worked with them in the Noni company for 20 years. So these are people I know. These are people I trust. I've worked with them, like I said, 20 years. I know what kind of people they are. So I want you to also see what I was ingesting, what the doctors had me on. By the way, there's a doctor in Orlando, Florida. McFarland is his last name. And he personally told me that the number 4 cause of death in the United States of America is your doctor. So it's cancer, diabetes, and heart disease are the top 3. And your doctor's number 4, and that's because of misdiagnosis and over-medication. Well, here's some of the medications I was on back there in November. Metformin twice a day, so 2,000 milligrams a day of that. Carvedilol, which is for the blood pressure. I was on 6 0.2 milligrams. I had to do it 2 times a day. Oh, plus 1.5. So really it was 775. Then lisinopril, that was also a blood pressure medicine. I was on 40 milligrams of that. And the hydrochloroside, I was on 12.5 of that. Now, prasugrel, that is what is designed to prevent clogging, and because they're concerned because of these stents. And so they did tell me that I'll probably be on that one for the rest of my life. Then atorvastatin, that is a cholesterol medicine. I was 80 milligrams of that, back at this time. Then in addition to that, I'm on Novolin N now, but then I was taking 20 units 3-4 times a day, anywhere between 80 and 100 units a day of these 2 insulins. R is a fast acting release one. The N's what I took at night because it's slower acting. And then January 31st, I began using Go Love Life, or the Love Biome program, called our Daily 3 system. Now look what happened. Now this is May of 2022. So now remember, I started right around the 1st of February. So this is like my 3rd month. And I had to go by back to the doctor. Guess why I had to go back to the doctor? Because I got sent to the emergency room because I'm a guy, and sad to say, the serious joke is that as a man, we don't have doctors, we have undertakers. But that's not so funny when it really starts happening, if you get my drift. And so I wasn't taking this insulin, these heart pills for so long. I just did it. I took, I bang insulin, and when I remembered, I'd hit just 20 units. Well, look what happened on the glucose levels. It was dropping. My A1C went from like 7.7 down to 6. Matter of fact, the doctor said that had I just come in, they wouldn't even call me a diabetic. And so when I hit myself with that insulin, my sugar wasn't out of balance, and so it dropped. And you could die when it hits 40. Mine was 32. There was a lady in the office where I worked that happened to be medically inclined. She knew to call 911. The ambulance got me. And so, I'm like, what? So the same thing was happening with the blood pressure medicine. I'm getting dizzy. Well, this is a result. This is still back this May, a second time I was there. Point is, they started taking me off of it. They took me off the hydrochloride one right away. And now I only take the carvedilol. It's the minimum of 1.25. I do take that twice a day, but they said I won't be on it forever. The cholesterol medicine is now down to 20 milligrams. I was taking the 80 before because it's 40 twice a day. And my A1C is below 7. It was at 6.7 then. And then the last time I went, because I went again after this. And so that was May. I think I went in June or July just for a subsequent visit. And it was down to 6. And by the way, now I'm, I just weighed myself the other day. I was down to 195 and I've picked up about 7 pounds. And that's because I still try to watch what I eat, in that I avoid sugar because I'm a diabetic. So I try to avoid things with sugar. I get no sugar added stuff, no sugar ketchup, that kind of thing. And then I do try to watch my carb intake. But because things are under control now, I ain't afraid to have a French fry from time to time. So what's my point? My point is, look, there isn't anybody on this call here today that has a perfect diet. I'm guessing. I don't know that for a fact. Somebody can correct me if they want to when we get finished here. But probably everybody doesn't have a perfect diet. The point is that when you have a product that provides you with these colors and these fruits and vegetables for you on a daily basis, yeah, it would be better if we all ate perfect diets too. It would work even better. But for me to have those kind of changes in my life in 3 months, come on. And I'm still not a perfect eater, still not a very good exerciser. It's a situation where the gut is the center of health. And that's why it's so crucial for each and every one of us to study it and to know it. So look at the ingredients. Now, this is what the microbiologist from Brigham Young learned. And he was looking at these different combinations. And he was like, well, this is exactly what the microbiomes need. Now that was our first one. That was called Next Balance. It's called Next because the core in these two liquid supplements is noni, because we've already learned about noni, but we've learned a way to perfect the noni through what's called red light fermentation. So in these two liquid supplements, look at the diverse ingredients that are all designed to help the gut. But the important thing is they work symbiotically with each other to maximize your polyphenols, which is an important ingredient. Again, very studyable. All you got to do is Google it, and you'll see the importance of polyphenols in the microbiome system. Then this is the big one. This our Fighter Power product. This is a powder that you can mix in any liquid. It's very fine. Reminds me of powdered sugar. You know, you blow it away like that. So it mixes very easily in anything. But my point is, you not only have these enzyme blends, you got all the colors in it. It's so diverse. And when Zach, that microbiologist, saw this stuff, he's like, that's when he said, I couldn't have designed this any better myself. So we are very excited to see the benefits. So the people that are using this product, they're not with Tahisha Noni. I had one guy that had a carpal tunnel real bad, and he felt the ease in that within a few days. But most of the time with it, we try to tell people, look, within 90 days, you should begin to feel better. That's gone. Now it's a situation where people 1 and 2 days, the day of, matter of fact, there's people on this call that'll tell you their own personal story. The day of, they felt different. Their energy levels changed. Their sleep patterns changed. The gut is what controls their circadian rhythm, which if you don't know about, learn about it. But it's your sleep patterns. It's all dictated by the gut. So these products, as you heard in the video, there was over 400 that they'd learned about, but they honed it down to high 90s. It's 96 to be exact. That makes up our Daily 3 system. Now, I wanted to just touch a base. You heard about the founders of the company again, but what amazes me is these guys I got to work with over 20 years. I got to know them well. I got to ask them questions about my business back then. And them, along with these other 5 guys, and now they have a bank who's the president of Europe. Those 9 people all have worked together with well over 20 years of experience together. That's where they came up with that 180 years collectively that these people all work together. Now, just so that you know, the product itself, we're not trying to hide anything from anybody. Just like anything else in this world we live in, nothing's for free. And if it is, it usually ain't good for you, right? Like all the stuff they give you at Costco and Sam's, probably not real good for the gut, but it's free. So the Daily 3 system is $155 if you're on subscription. That really is the key way. So if you're on subscription, you not only get the best price, but it puts you in a position that once you feel better, your friends, your family, people around you are going to ask, what are you doing? And just like any of us, you're going to tell them what you're doing. And when you tell them what you're doing, if they want to try it, they can. And if they do, the company sends you a thank you check. So, yeah, they could pay Denzel Washington and Tom Cruise to smile on TV and pay all these ad companies. But I don't know about you. I'd rather them thank me and give me a little something because now I get enough money from the company because I've shared it with some people that have shared it with some people that have shared it with some people that have shared it with some people. And now I have enough money every month to pay for my product with that money that they send me. So I think free, that I guess that would be free, right? Or you can pay $185. That's the retail on it. And whoever shares this with you, they'll thank you because they get that $30 difference. So if you just want to help a friend out and use the product, try it for a couple of months. You don't want to do subscription. They're not going to argue with you. Your friends are going to say, thank you for being their customer. You'll pay $185. They'll get their thank you check plus the $30 difference. And there isn't anything wrong with that. I get people that pick on me sometime. Well, you're just in this for the money. Well, no, I'm in it because it's saving my life. But when other people want to know about it, why wouldn't I tell them? Why wouldn't I want people that I love and care about to know about this? I got news for you. My 2.5-year-old grandson takes it every day. My wife takes it every day, and she's a health freak. My daughter takes it every day. Most of my relatives are using it because they've seen what it's done for me, and now they're doing it. And what's kind of fun is every family's got the skeptic, right? Everybody's got to have an Archie Bunker in their world. And I got 1, 2, 3, 5, and they stopped. Well, that's a lot of money. And they stopped. And about a month or so later, they're calling us back saying, hey, I need to get back going on that stuff because my knees are hurting and this is happening. I'm not sleeping good. So that's sometimes how you figure out it's helping you. Or you're an idiot like me and you don't take your sugar and everything the way you're supposed to, and you go to the emergency room. That's how I found out it was working for me, and I don't recommend that method. That's for darn sure. So the other thing I wanted to talk to you about, so if you're sharing with a few people that there is opportunity here to kind of, instead of being a Walmart greeter or whatever your plan B is to help you out financially in the economy we're living in, it's a situation that what's your why? What's your reason why? Maybe you've got people that you just want to help, that you care about, that are financially strapped themselves. It's nice to be in a position where that you can help people that you care about. So what's your reason why? Why would you need extra money? What if you don't need any extra money? Do you know somebody that could? So you be a philanthropist and you get paid your thank you checks. Give it to somebody that needs help. I guarantee you there's all kinds of people all around each and every one of us that can use some help. So how is inflation affecting you today? I kept hearing about eggs, and again, not the brightest bulb in the room, which proves that anybody can do this. But I went to the store the other day and I said, oh yeah, everybody talking about eggs. I'm gonna go look. Because I remember I used to pay about $2 a dozen. The cheap eggs were $6. I'm like, whoa. So I don't think 13% is very accurate there. It's actually a lot higher than that now, isn't it? So it's a situation where the opportunities are really huge here at LoveBiome. So check this out. Now, these are just random samplings of things that I went online and I Googled different things about microbiome, glaucoma, teeth health, foot fungus, dandruff, heart, diabetes, your eyes. We even have people on the call tonight that tell you they don't need readers anymore. Hasn't done that for me, but that doesn't mean it ain't helping, right? And just because something helps one person doesn't automatically mean it'll help the other at the same time frame, because your body needs to knows what it needs. But here's what was interesting. I just Googled microbiome, just the word microbiome. 92,300,000 results came up in less than 1 second. So is there something going on here that maybe you're not aware of? I think so. Check it out. As was mentioned in the video, this market is slated to go over 90 billion by the end of the decade. 90 billion. Currently, it's about 700 million, and that includes the drug companies. They've caught on. If you pay attention on TV, you'll see all these different drug companies that are selling things related to the gut microbiome. So look, it's a situation where, like I said, opportunities are never missed. They're just passed on to somebody else. So thank you for attending and being with us. If you'd like some additional information about the product, about the opportunity, whatever it is, just get back with whoever invited you on this call. But the big thing is get using this product so that you can experience what good health feels like, because it doesn't take long. And then if you are on medicines, I am going to tell you this, don't be an idiot like Mike. Make sure that you check with your doctor, because you're going to see blood sugar dropping, blood pressure coming down. And if you're taking medicines for that, they can kill you. So you got to make sure that you're being monitored. So as your body, as your gut is the center of health, is taking care of these things, those medicines don't mess you up. Remember, number 4 cause of death in the United States. So to get finished up here, here's the deal. You can choose food as your medicine, 96 of them through the Daily 3 system, or in time, medicine is going to become your food. And it's an interesting thing. Thomas Edison said that the doctor of the future will give no medicine, but are going to instruct his patients in the care of the human frame and diet and the cause of prevention of disease. Bingo, didn't you hear the doctors say that on the video? And now it's something that, you know, there is nothing more expensive than a missed opportunity. And I don't care which one I'm talking about missing, improving your health or improving your bottom line. both of them are laying on your feet. Now the choice is yours. And Napoleon Hill himself once said that the time to start is never going to be just right. Start with the tools that you have, and better tools are going to be found along the way. They will come your way.